Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine. And today we're going to talk about is 3 simple tests that you can run on your landing page so you can produce more leads for yourself. So stay tuned and I'll break that down for you. So if you've noticed a pattern on the show, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but I'm going to share the secret with you. We believe here at Business Marketing Engine, or BME for short, that there's essentially 3 components to your marketing. There's the destination you're sending somebody to, there's the content that you use to educate them, warm them up, market to them, and then there's traffic. So we say internally DCT, destinations, content, and traffic. All of this week, we're going to talk about the destinations that you're sending people to and how you can improve those. And I have a special offer for you, for those of you that listen to the show and tune in and watch the videos. If you message me, CRO call, so CRO call, if you message that to me, or if you go to businessmarketingengine.com, you fill out the contact form and say, I'm interested in a CRO call, I am going to give you a free, no charge CRO call where we look at conversion rate optimization. That's what CRO stands for. Normally, we charge at least $300 for those. But in this case, because you're a loyal listener to the show, again, all you have to do is message me, CRO call, or go to businessmarketingengine.com and just fill out the contact form and say, I'd like to have a CRO call. And what we're going to do on that call is review your site, review your landing pages, look at what you're doing, and we will give you completely free consulting and say, here's the things that you could change. So with that being said, the things that you can test and look at on your pages we're going to go through these 3 different tests that you can run. And when I'm talking about a landing page, in some cases, that will be a home page. If that's where you're sending most of your traffic, that's where you want people to go, that's the destination they're going to, it might be your home page. In other cases, and ideally, you actually have a landing page that is solely focused on the offer or the next step that you want someone to take, and there's no other distractions. There's no navigation on top that leads them other places on your site. There's nothing except for either go through this process and take advantage of this offer, this opportunity, or go away. We want to make sure our landing pages are very focused. Again, sometimes home pages can serve that purpose, but ideally, in most cases, you have a very targeted landing page that's all about the specific offer that you're making. And so the tests that you can put in place are the following. Just to clarify some terminology that I'm using here, when I say CTA, that's your call to action. So your call to action might be book a discovery call with us, or it might be download the free guide, or it might be opt in to view this video. Whatever you're calling the person to take action on, the call to action is the CTA. And so one of the things that I always recommend people test on their landing pages is actually take a look at the landing page, start by looking at a mobile and ask yourself, is there a clear call to action button or a clear next step that is visible and available before they scroll at all? Oftentimes when we do these CRO calls with our clients, we see that there's a bunch of information, a bunch of explanation, and then I have to scroll way down the page to see that call to action or take the next step. And sometimes that performs better, but oftentimes we are actually neglect putting that call to action front and center. Because if you sent somebody the link in Messenger, if they clicked one of your ads, if they clicked from your email, if they heard a radio ad, wherever you're driving traffic from, if they hit that page, you want them to immediately know. Again, in most cases, that's why it's a test. There's no certainty in marketing. There's only testing, right? But you want to test and say, like, should we be giving them the option to take that next step, to click that call to action, to do what we want them to do next immediately? Or do we need to educate them more and have the call to action down lower? In many cases, again, not all, but in many cases, I see people with not a high enough on the page call to action and not enough calls to action. So one of the things that you can do is not only put that button really high up so they can immediately take the next step and solve the problem that they came to your page to solve, but you can also add in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more buttons throughout the whole page, because maybe they don't click the top call to action button, but then they read more and they're like, yeah, I'm ready. And then they click. You don't want to make your prospect do a ton of work typically on that first landing page. You want it to be really easy, really accessible, and simple for them to go click, I'm ready to take the next step. So that's the first thing, is test your calls to action, and definitely test putting them higher on the page and putting more calls to action on the page. The second thing to test is changing your headline. In most cases, and ideally, whatever your post was about, your ad, your radio ad, your direct mail, your email, whatever it was about, if you're saying, I can help you achieve XYZ, then the top of your page, your landing page, will also say, here's how I can help you achieve XYZ. And if there's congruency, meaning it's the same messaging on the ad or the starting point as the same messaging on the landing page that they hit, when there's congruency, generally speaking, that produces more conversions and results. But as with all things in marketing, there's nothing certain except for the certainty that you'll need to test and optimize and improve more. There's times where if you've already tested the congruent headline to your ad, you can actually test different variations of that. But more often than not, I see people run an ad about one thing, and then when I click to their landing page, it's not congruent. And so that's the headline to change, to make it match the ad. So it says, if you want XYZ, click here. And then the top of the landing page says, if you want XYZ, you're in the right place. We're reconfirming the desire that that person had when they first engaged and they landed on that destination that you're sending them to. The third thing that you can do in looking at how you're going to optimize a landing page and get better conversion and better leads from it is actually to splinter off part of your offer and make it a bonus or an add-on that you can put on there. So many times when we're working with our clients, they have such amazing value that they deliver to their clients. They have tons of great ideas. There's a deep, thorough delivery process. They really serve their clients really effectively when they sign on. But sometimes there's not enough interest or intrigue or attraction on the front side, and people don't understand what they're going to get in the backside. So for sake of simplicity, let's say that there's 5 major steps or deliverables or 5 pieces of the product or all those things that you typically deliver once you're engaged with and working with a client. Instead of leaving all that stuff in the back end, ask yourself, like, of the 5 steps that I deliver or the 5 things that happen, what is one that is always a fast win for clients? Or maybe what is something that always makes them go, oh man, that was a huge game changer for me, or a big eye opener? If you take those things and you look at them, you can evaluate it and you can say, you know what, I'm going to give this piece away for free on the landing page because it's going to build trust, it's going to build credibility, and I'm going to help this prospect have an early win or an aha moment or that excitement or delight that they'll get when they get this bonus from me. And that will actually elevate their interest in buying from you. It'll build trust and it'll help you be more successful. So as you think about these things that you can do to test your page, remember to test putting your call to action way higher on the page and more times on the page than you have it now. Check and test the headline. Test for congruency first. And if congruency doesn't land for some reason, which is odd, typically that does work, then test different versions of your headline. And then the third thing to test is move part of your paid product to the front as a free bonus or offer or giveaway so that you can attract more people and show them really what the process is like, what value they're going to get, and everything like that. So those are 3 things that I would encourage you to test on your landing pages. As a reminder, all of this week, we are giving away free conversion rate optimization or CRO calls. So you can either message me, CRO call, or you can head over to businessmarketingengine.com and just message us in the contact form there and say, I'd like to schedule a free CRO call, and we'll get that set up for you. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show.